Hey, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to Sabrina is Healthy and Whole. Before I get started, you already know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, and set your notification so you'll know when I'm dropping another video. So, as y'all may know, that Sunday is Bravo Sundays for me, at least Sunday evenings. So Warehouse Wives of Potomac came on. And this is season 8, episode 3. So the episode started, of course, where they left off last season with Candace and Giselle talking about Chris. And Candace is not having it. So she called for the producer, I think his name was Eric, and they was talking. And then she said that she don't appreciate what's going on. You're not coming from a husband. Y'all go after Mike Derby. I finally got his name. So go after Mike Derby with all this. So the Eric, the producer was like, isn't this the same thing that you did with Ashley? She's like, no, I provided facts. What they're providing is some other stuff, right? So I do understand that, and I give it up to Candace for, protecting her husband. She like, y'all ain't finna take my husband down like that. It's not gonna happen. So Candace is funny. She gonna say, talking about Giselle, she like, not today. What she say? She said, not today. Not today, Satan. Not today, neck, and not today, ankles. It's not going down like that. And then, so Candace left. She like, look, I ain't for this, right? And then Giselle talked to Maya about her whole health scare, and Maya was like, look, I didn't appreciate that. If you have questions or whatever, please come talk to me. So Giselle did apologize because the way that she came at her was wrong. And so she did realize, and I'm happy that Giselle apologized to her for that, because that was wrong. Because what if she did have cancer? You know what I'm saying? So Maya put it out there that, you know what I'm saying, she was asking for prayer. She like, look, pray for me, because the doctors found some abnormal stuff in me that could be cancerous. So just pray that, you know what I'm saying, nothing's going on. So, one second. While they was having their, when Giselle and Maya was having their conversation, the other girls was out in the front having a whole different conversation, and then Robin and Wendy got into it. And Robin got real bold. Like, she got up and started walking up to Wendy, and Wendy like, sit down. And Robin did. So during that episode, she didn't have to go that far. She didn't have to go, but people on Twitter is like, well, Robin energy towards Wendy is uncalled for. But you have to remember, Robin and Giselle was going back and forth with Wendy last season. And if this is true beef, like, it's not, you have to imagine, like, if you have issue with a coworker, last week, right? And then all of a sudden this week there's an event. It's not like y'all gonna stop having beef. Y'all still gonna have beef, right? So that's the way I look at it. Just because it's a whole new season doesn't mean that their beef stopped, because apparently they didn't work it out while they wasn't filming. They not talking. So this is how they gonna work it out. They working it out in front of the cameras when they start filming. Yeah, so Robin got real bold, start walking up to, and she was really aggressive. And I've seen this on Twitter. Like, it's funny how Robin was saying that Monique was aggressive and all that when she became the aggressor. Like, y'all just talked about somebody a couple of years ago about doing the same thing. Because what if Wendy would have got up and felt, you know what I'm saying, what if she felt really, you know what I'm saying, how you said, what if she felt like she had to protect herself and she started swinging? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, people have to be conscious of what they do, even in an argument. And I know it's hard because we are humans and we have human emotions, and one of them is rage. So, and then they was going back and forth because Wendy was saying that Giselle and Robin, oh, they was going back and forth because Robin said that Wendy came up and like, oh, what did these two say? When they played it back, it shows Wendy, because she wasn't there and aware of what was going on. She went up to Maya at the spring party and was like, what's going on? And I didn't see, she said, well, these two, she was like, what's going on? So she explained, and Robin was kind of, I guess she was salty because Wendy came up like, well, these two. So, but basically it was y'all two really going in on Maya, called her a liar basically. And that's what Wendy's saying. Wendy was saying that she would not have called her, a liar about that. Like, she'll give her the benefit of doubt. But it was funny because when the producers stopped Wendy and they was having a conversation, and she ended up calling Maya a liar. So she had a hot mic moment. Ended up calling, and then the producers played it. Of course, you know, the producers are shady. So yeah. And then Ashley went to go look for her, went to go look at a house with her brother. And she was concerned about the whole financial thing, and then her whole marriage situation. And the realtor was like, you don't have to worry about that. That's all cool. The mortgage people say it's cool. And you know what I'm saying? That's all cool. So she looked surprised when the realtor said that, as if her pending ex-husband was feeding her some other stuff. So what I took from that is that, Mike Derby was telling her something else. So she was believing what he was saying. Giselle, on I think Watch What Happened Live, mentioned saying that she told Ashley at the beginning, get what you could get, you know what I'm saying, now, because he's lying. So Mike Derby is lying about the financial situation. And yeah, so Ashley looked real disturbed, even during her confessional. She looked real uneasy and disturbed. And by the way, her confessional look is pretty. I like her confessional look. And I think I said Robin's. I like Robin's confessional look as well. And let's see. Robin and Juan was talking about prenups. And Juan don't want a prenup. And he's like, why should we do a prenup? And I was looking on Twitter, and they were saying that there's a lot of reasons why she wanted a prenup, which I agree. Because when they first got married, she really didn't have a lot going for her. But now she has a lot going for her. She has businesses. She has the show and other stuff. She has the house in her name. So, oh, excuse me, y'all. Oh, wait, I didn't hear that. But so she has a lot going for herself. So yes, I could understand why she would want a prenup. So he like write it down on a piece of paper. You get this and you get that, and let it be. He don't want a real prenup. So that's understandable. Wendy went to her dermatologist. She's having hair thinning, and her hair is falling out and it's thinning. Basically, the doctor said it's because of stress. So Wendy is stressed. She's taking on a whole lot of things. If she don't relax, release, I think that's how you go. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna, all her hair is gonna fall out. So she need to cool it. And she's trying to open up another business that, according to Peter, is going to cost her about $1.2 million to even start up. That's a whole lot of stress right there. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, that she get that taken care of, and she release a lot of that stress so her hair could start growing back on top. Because she has some pretty hair. It's nice, long, and everything. But you can see on the top, I'm like, she was real bold for showing that on TV, but I appreciate it because I can relate to that. So, and Robin met up with Maya. Robin met up with Maya and talked about the whole health scare as well. And she apologized. Let me go back to the beginning of the episode. Robin invited the girls, I guess with the same age as her, or close to the same age as her sons, but invited the girls and their kids to a, you know what I'm saying, a little play date or whatever. And Wendy was sitting right there. So somebody was like, Sharice was like, oh, Wendy's not invited? She's like, no. And I understand that. And I'm going to continue to say, like, look, I'm going to continue saying this. if we're not friends, if we are just beefing, well, I'm going to invite you to a function that I'm having. And then for Wendy, I won't want my kids around a person I'm beefing with anyway. So it's a win-win. I feel like I can understand what you're saying. Like, you sit there and you invite everybody else, all the ladies and their kids, but you're not going to invite my kids. But I would not want my kids around a person that I'm not getting along with. I stay at home. I'm cool. Okay, now back to what I was saying. So Robin and Maya is talking about the whole health scare. She apologized to her as well. Now Robin's in her acting like she's her doctor or something, is asking her questions. Like, Robin, what medical degrees do you have? Like, come on now. Like, chill out. And then Robin brought up the situation with Giselle and Chris, and Ashley and Chris. So Maya, I don't know what was the purpose of her saying this. Maya's gonna say at the spring, she like, let me tell you, I got something to say about this. Like, and then Maya's gonna say that Chris was staring at her the whole time at the dancing. Like, really? And then producer show Chris wasn't staring at her. You can see that on the thing they said that Chris is not looking. Chris still not looking. Chris still not looking. Now Chris look at Maya. Y'all leave this man alone. Leave this man alone. He ain't done nothing to y'all. And then on Twitter she backpedaled and said, look, I didn't feel uncomfortable. It wasn't in a mean way. I do apologize for, for that even coming out my mouth. Come on now. So to me, as of right now, I feel like Maya will basically so Maya was saying, basically was trying to hop on the bandwagon of trying to bring Chris down. Y'all gonna make this man not want to film no more. Like, leave this man alone. Why y'all picking on him now? Like, now it's gonna, no. And Candace is not gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? She'll go ham on y'all. She might be small, but you know what I'm saying, them small people could pack a powerful punch. And she pack a powerful punch with her mouth, right? So she will be going in on y'all. So leave that woman's man alone. And then Karen and Giselle end up having a conversation about they was talking about the whole what happened at the dance party or the dance exercise thing that they was at. And Giselle was explaining about the situation with Chris. So at the beginning, Karen was like, well, Chris does owe you an apology. And I tweeted, I'm like, why does Chris owe her apology? And then Giselle went in to explain what was going on, right? And excuse me, I'm sorry, I just drank coffee. So Giselle was explaining that Chris walked up to her at the reunion and was like, well, I need to talk to you. And Giselle said that Chris said, okay, let's go in your room. So that stopped there, because I think the episode before that, she said that Giselle herself said, okay, she's like, Chris, okay, let's go into my room. So that's a lie right there, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then Giselle like, oh, I realized, okay, that he's a married man. There's nobody in the room. So, you know what I'm saying? Now she feels uncomfortable, which I kind of understand, you know what I'm saying? She don't want to be caught up in no mess. So Karen was looking like, okay. So Karen's like, did he say anything to you that was uncomfortable? She's like, no. Did he did anything to you? So Giselle said no. So Karen like, so why this is your friend, why do you feel uncomfortable? And Giselle explained. So Karen's like, not like, okay, so all this whole feeling, you know what I'm saying, all this what's going on is unwarranted. Like, you know what I'm saying, you could have just talked to Candace off camera and talked to them off camera without all this, you know what I'm saying, going on, without us knowing. And And Giselle like, I didn't tell anybody. Well, Robin is telling your business. So that's what Karen is saying. She like, yeah, I have to talk to Robin about that. And then doing the same thing, Chris and Candace is having lunch, and he explaining his side of the story. And he was like, look, I went up to her and asked her, can I speak to her? She said, okay, let's go into the room. Because he like, I would not have never done it, you know what I'm saying, any other way. So she like, I'm 90-something% sure that she said that's how the story went. So they giving two, the stories are different between the two of them. And then Robin met up with them at lunch, and Chris hesitated a little bit to give her a hug. Candace like, okay, now you better be careful, you know what I'm saying, because she's seeing that, you know what I'm saying, they trying to come from her husband, right? So, but Robin don't agree with what Giselle is saying to make it seem like he's being predatorial. So she don't agree with that. And I like that she's, you know what I'm saying, she's thinking for her own. She's standing, you know what I'm saying, she's not following along with that. Giselle on Watch What Happened Live said, I don't need Robin to speak for me. Okay. And then Chris brought up how Giselle used to talk about his man parts throughout all the seasons, and they show clips of her talking about it all the time. So yeah. So yeah, Robin is speaking, you know what I'm saying, she's speaking some sense, like she's talking, she has some sense in her. Yeah, so that, I mean, that's about the end of the story. I mean, the end of that episode. So like the whole narrative, it's like with Ashley, I feel like Ashley was really concerned, like she was, because she did not know how to feel about that. She did not know how to take it. I could honestly say, and I just felt like with Ashley concern opened up a door for Giselle, for whatever reason, to butt in and then bring in her story. So I don't know if this is a storyline. I don't know how long this is going to go on. I hope it don't go any further, because that man didn't do nothing to nan one of y'all. So that's the end of that episode. Please like, if you like what I have to say, let me know. If you don't like what I have to say, let me know. Let me know what I could do better when I'm doing these reviews, when I'm doing my videos. Let me know. Now, the car situation, it is what it is. On Mondays is really the time I could really do the reviews in my car until I have another situation going on. This is what you're going to get, especially with these reviews. But other than that, leave a comment. Let me know. Leave some constructive criticism. I welcome it. And y'all have a great day.